All right, so I wanted to make this video talking about some terms that are really unique and specific to chiropractic. So the first one's chiropractic. So if you were to think like chiropractic, it's the practical use of the hands. The practical use of the hands. So most people haven't thought about that, but chiro in Latin is for hands. So it's the practical use in the hands. Another term that's really unique to us is subluxation. So most of you have heard this term now. That's when the joints are stuck, and there's a lot more detail we can go into with that. But if you just break it down, subluxation, sub means less, lux means light or energy, ation, A-T-I-O-N, is a condition of. So it's a condition of less light or less energy. And if you look at this picture behind me right here, the way I explain it is like, energy comes from the brain, right? Or life or light is coming from the brain down through the spinal cord and out the nerves. Well, if there's pressure on a nerve, that would be less energy, less light, less life going to those organs. And when the bones shift out of alignment, get stuck, it can compress those nerves and put pressure. That's a really simple way to think of subluxation. Another way I like to explain it, especially to people that are coming in that are not here for back pain, we have a lot of people that come in for other issues like anxiety or stress or allergies or sinus issues, or maybe they say, hey, I get adjusted, I don't get sick as often, or I have more energy. What we explain to them is when your joints are stuck or locked up, that sends stress signals, negative, bad information to the brain. It's called nociceptive information. It causes a release in stress hormones, and it puts your body into a fight or flight stress response. Now, an adjustment is when we actually work on the spine and get those joints moving. When we do that to the spine's like the buttons and the levers that we're pushing and pulling to take pressure off the nerves. But every time we move those joints, it sends positive, good information, proprioceptive information up to the cerebellum in your brain, and it affects the vagus nerve. It helps to get you out of sympathetic fight or flight. That's how we get the miracles in the office. All right, so we got chiropractic, subluxation, and adjustment. All right, hope that makes sense.